I'm a 56-year-old American man. A few years back, I started taking holidays in a little-known South American country called Santa Quevedo de los Aires Hediondos. Beautiful, untouched by mass tourism. The kind of place where the cities are built. Like fortresses, the jungles feel like ancient myths come to life. And the women. Well, they're stunning. Especially to a gringo with money. That's where I met Alejandra. She was 38 at the time. Seductive, intelligent, eager to build a new life. Not the youngest woman who showed interest in me, but the most captivating. By far. And after a short whirlwind romance, I brought her back to the U.S. and married. We were the kind of couple that looked like we stepped off the pages of a dramatic romance novel, one part Danielle Steele, one part Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Life was bliss, or at least it felt that way. But then, things began to unravel. It started innocently enough. I found out there was a Santa Quevedon Cultural Expo happening just a few cities away. I was thrilled. I thought it would be a beautiful way for Alejandra to reconnect with her roots. I bought tickets, booked the hotel, even picked out a marionette show for us to laugh at. But when I told her the plan, everything changed. She went quiet, distant, on edge. A few times I even caught her discreetly packing what looked like a go bag. At first I thought maybe she was just overwhelmed by the idea of confronting her past. But the truth, the real truth, was something far more sinister. A few nights later, she asked to speak with me. The air was heavy, her voice shaky, and then she told me everything, or so I thought. She claimed she had been politically active during a time of unrest in Santa Quevedo. She said she was harassed, threatened by young men supporting a rival political party. She was accused of corruption, of bribery, of sleeping her way to a position in the government. Even accused of making opponents disappear. She said they called her a liar, a seductress, a destroyer of men. And that's when I snapped. I didn't want to hear anymore. My beliefs about fake accusations and ruined lives boiled over. I demanded proof. Show me, I said. Me, you weren't one of those women who cry wolf for power. She froze, said nothing. And with every second that passed in silence, I became more convinced. I lost it, I yelled. I called her a manipulator, a fraud, an exploiter of feminism. I even said, God help me, that no one would want to hurt her because she wasn't even that attractive, that she was lucky I ever looked her way. She didn't scream, she didn't cry. She just grabbed her keys and left. The next morning, reality punched me in the gut. I'd blamed the victim, let my ideology blind me to the woman I married. I tried calling her over and over, but she was gone, staying with a friend. Didn't want to see me again. And frankly, I couldn't blame her. I tried everything. Apologizing, explaining, telling her I believed her now, that I loved her, that I was wrong. I even showed up at her friend's house with her favorite treats, dulce de tamarindo, stuffed. Capybaras, even that ridiculous hat she always said, looked adventurous on me. But the moment she saw me, she went white. And then she told me something that made my knees buckle. She was filing for divorce. I begged. I pleaded. I told her she'd lose her chance at citizenship, that she needed me. But she just stared me down and said, I'll figure it out. I'm not afraid of you. And that was that. She walked away. My marriage, my dreams, and my heart all shattered. I thought that was the end. But it wasn't. The next day, a stranger came to my door. A man I'd never met before. He was shaking, said he was looking for Alejandra. When I told him she no longer lived there, he broke down, and then he told me everything. He was the son of a politician from Santa Quevedo, conservative, who went missing during the regime of General Benito Camulus, a man whose remains were never fully recovered, his father just one of many. And Alejandra? She wasn't a victim. She was the enforcer. He showed me books, actual books written about her. Nicknames burned into the country's psyche. La Funadora Mistra, the Butcher of Talongas, the She-Jackal. He told me of the atrocities, the salt mine death camps, the mutilations. The desecrated churches turned into torture chambers. a regime of terror fueled by fear and false accusations. And Alejandra was no pawn, she was a general, the seductress of death, the Black Widow. Of a nation, she started it all by weaponizing false allegations, destroying reputations, clearing a path for the rise of Camillus. Then she became his lover, his shadow, his right hand. She had run hidden in my arms. And when I'd suspected the truth, she gaslit me, played me. And when I finally tried to apologize, thinking she was a victim, she looked me in the eye and said, "Greater than there's nothing you can do. I'll get refugee status. I'll stay here, and we'll take this country next. One man at a time." I called her again after that. One last time. And you know what she said? "You were right to fear me. You were right to snap. You just didn't go far enough." Climactic revenge payoff 1 to 2 minutes. That was the moment I knew what I had to do. I contacted immigration. Sent over everything. Her exposes, her history, the books, the testimony from the politician's son. All of it. I reported every lie, every document she falsified. It took months, but eventually justice began to catch up. She was flagged, investigated, the asylum case on hold, the green card suspended. The last I heard, Alejandra was under federal scrutiny, the kind of scrutiny that doesn't just look at your paperwork, but your past. Her name, her real name, was finally associated with the crimes she thought she'd buried, and I walked away with my eyes wide open. Reflective wrap-up, 1520 seconds. Love can blind you. Ideology can bind you. But the truth burns everything down, leaving only what's real. And sometimes, what's real is that the person you loved was a monster hiding in plain sight. Outro, call to action. 15 to 25 seconds. If this story left your jaw on the floor, smash that like button and subscribe for more shocking Reddit revenge stories. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done if you found out your spouse was hiding a secret this dark? Till next time, trust your gut and be careful who you let into your life.